An important vote at Flamengo today could determine a serious situation regarding the Sociedade Anônima do Futebol, a situation that Flamengo really needs to be careful about, needs to pay attention to. BAP discussed the Sociedade Anônima do Futebol issue yesterday. They're pushing to make Sociedade Anônima do Futebol part of Brazilian football and want Flamengo to become a Sociedade Anônima do Futebol. And Flamengo is taking an important stance regarding the Sociedade Anônima do Futebol and directors, people who have roles in other clubs. We're going to bring all of that here. It's a big change, including in Flamengo's bylaws. It's today. Today is the day. What's up, guys? Red Black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're new here, please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe, enable notifications, and like the video. We always come here with a sponsorship. From Mais Cabelo, you can lose weight in a healthy way without hair loss with the Mais Cabelo Mais Slim program. I've lost 75 kilos. Soon it'll be 80 kilos, but I still want to get really slim. That's it. And we're healthy without hair loss too. You can also do hair loss prevention treatments and even transplants and all that. You can do everything with Mais Cabelo, and you can get in touch whenever Mais Cabelo loses you. Everywhere in Brazil, there's a QR code for you to take advantage of. We're also here to remind you that Haroldo's Caravan has been active for years, taking Flamengo fans to the games. The Recopa will be ours, and I want to say something here now. Give a message sponsored by Haroldo's Caravan, an important message. Winning the Recopa is our duty. This group must realize we lost it in 2023. Out of 3, Flamengo has to win at least 2. Flamengo is not a team to lose to the South American champions. In 2 consecutive years, in this case, 23 and now 26, Flamengo won the 2020 Recopa with Jorge Jesus. Flamengo lost the 2023 one with Vitor Pereira, and Flamengo needs to win and have 2 out of 3 Recopa finals. Man, it's about honor. Flamengo should win this Recopa, but it's annoying how winning is treated as an obligation. It's not. There's a prize. It's an international competition. It's going to be decided inside Maracanã. It's another one that Flamengo can have inside Maracanã. Paquetá has never won an international competition. For me, the South American Recopa is an obligation. Share your comments below. Flamengo needs to stay focused, to go in with, as Anjinho, our friend, says, Anjinho Rubro Negro, Anjinho from Flamengo, right? Bring the determination of 10,000 guerrillas. That's what Corinthians did, right? And that's exactly what Flamengo was really missing in this Superliga Supercopa final. Now let's discuss the issue, which is a serious warning for Flamengo. We had Rafael Klein there, right? Rodrigo Rafael Klein. He put in the match report that there was no delay from Corinthians. The document stated the São Paulo team entered the field just 1 minute late. Flamengo, who had to warm up while waiting for their opponent, who took more than 5 minutes to come back. In other words, Flamengo had to warm up while waiting for their opponent, who took more than 5 minutes to come back. Actually, Corinthians took 21 minutes during halftime. And Rafael Klein wrote in the match report that there was no delay. There was no delay, right? He didn't mention it in the report. I'll repeat, I don't want to discuss the Super Cup since no one wants to hear about it. I'm only talking about it because we have to stay alert, because this is going to happen a lot in the Brasileirão and in the Copa do Brasil, in the games Flamengo will have this year. So what if what happened had happened in Flamengo's favor? The media would be outraged, calling it absurd and a disgrace. When it's Flamengo, everyone stays quiet and acts like it's normal, right? Then the guy doesn't mention in the match report Corinthians' delay. At the restart of the match, they took 21 minutes to return from halftime. And he puts it in right away, no delay. In the match report, here, look, there wasn't, that's it. That's the mockery. There was no delay. Shameful, right, man? Shameful. So, how are you going to take into consideration a referee who writes that in the match report after everything that happened? I'm telling you, it's that thing, right? What are they trying to cover up? Was Corinthians told that there was a review for a red card, and why wasn't Felipe told? Why wasn't Flamengo told? And the issue raised by Renata Ruel about Pasolco's external interference, all of that should have been investigated. But it seems that Flamengo apparently is not going to follow up on this to avoid any trouble. The question is, until when, right? Until when? As long as we stay silent, this will keep happening. It's impressive, man, to bring some important information here as well, which came out last night confirming our information, including from Alassian. We agreed the player should be reinstated, right? Maybe he can be negotiated again. Flamengo will consider new offers. He returned to training, he's available to coach Felipe Luis, and he almost transferred to Bragantino. There was a disagreement about the payment of what had been agreed upon, which they wanted to change because of internal regulations within the Red Bull group, so they ended up wanting to pay in 2 installments. Flamengo didn't accept it. Alashin came back and is already reintegrated, even training with the main team. Alassian returned to training, already reintegrated, just like we said he would be reintegrated. Until the player's future is decided, negotiations involving the forward are on hold. There aren't any. I told you there was nothing regarding Zenit, even though it was all over the media that Zenit was interested. But no one involved in this negotiation confirms anything. Regarding Iago as well, we might see Iago leaving. The deal is happening, and I'll bring you information about the defender Iago here. Flamengo and Orlando City are resuming talks for the defender Iago. So, according to journalist Monica Alves from Colonia do Flash, talks for the signing of the 20-year-old defender have resumed after being on hold for a few weeks. The negotiations are progressing positively and could see new developments between today and tomorrow. So actually, this news was from yesterday, so today we might have an update. Him coming here, Iago coming to Orlando City is another possibility. We're still here with this quick update, bringing you news. Look, regarding Marcos Moura, now, on his social media, Flamengo's Vice President of Administration, Marcos Mota, posted about the significance of signing midfielder Lucas Paquetá. He said the following: there are signings in the world of football that transcend the purpose of the contract. They carry powerful unwritten messages of strategic repositioning. It's a disruptive milestone. The biggest investment ever made in the history of South American football, with amounts that directly rival the transfer windows of the big 5 European leagues. By bringing back a top-tier player at the peak of his career, coveted by the top of the global market, Flamengo signals a historic reversal of logic. Weird, Marcos Mota is still there, okay? He says the following: we went from being chronic exporters of talent to a destination capable of attracting and retaining players of international caliber. The impact goes, therefore, beyond the record figures. It changes the perception of the biggest club in the Americas in the eyes of the world. It reinforces the attractiveness of a solid and organic project and puts pressure on the market to review its financial and sporting dynamics. It's a clear statement of economic power, long-term planning, and global ambition, which redefines expectations and changes the narrative from those who set the rules. In the transfer game, always excellent there, as Marcos Mota said, right? We had Jose Boto talking about the change of attitude in the football department and Flamengo's signings. When I arrived, there was a financial reality that would require a type of signing that would depend a lot on scouting, with all the financial restructuring done by the president. This allows us to have aggressive transfer windows where we don't need scouting as much. Nobody needs scouting. To bring in Lucas Paquetá, the club has raised its level a bit, but that doesn't mean we won't bring in less well-known players. Andrew isn't exactly a very well-known player. Vital is, but he's a player I've known for many years when you're at a club of this size. It's also my fault for not realizing what Flamengo could do in terms of signings and budget. Obviously, scouting is still important today, especially for younger players from the academy, but it's not decisive for the main team. After all, I couldn't have foreseen the level we've reached. It's not easy to find players who fit the squad and add value at the level of players worth 30 or 40 million euros. It's really very difficult. And Jose Boto talked again about Vini Jr.'s return. We have him saying the following: he's about to finish his contract. He sent me a nice gift, an autographed jersey. You can only fight for this kind of player. When they really want to come, it depends more on Vini than on us. The door for Vini is always open, he said. Then Jose Boto and the fans go back home. My boy, he has to want to come just like Paquetá did. I don't know, but I think it would be, what's that? And Samuel Lino, too, guys, they're already criticizing. Vini Jr., Vini will only leave Europe in 4 or 5 years. People keep commenting about it and others keep responding. So, Flamengo fans believe that Vini Jr. might want to show up at Flamengo and help Flamengo in this return, which would be fantastic. Vini Jr. coming back to Mengão. And we wrap up our video here by talking about an important issue. The Flamengo Council is voting today on banning people from other clubs from participating in any Flamengo authority. This is very important. So at 6:30 post-meridium today at the Gavia headquarters, they will decide on the ban of people who hold any position in another club or Sociedade Anônima do Futebol, so that their participation will be prohibited. Any authority within the club, that's correct. Article 77. Anyone who, even through intermediaries, whether individuals or legal entities, exercises duties that grant them authority, will be prohibited from participating in any authority or as a member. Authority to make, approve, or carry out management and administrative actions as an investor, shareholder, partner, manager, administrator, director, or counselor, paid or unpaid. In another club, sports organization, or football corporation, Sociedade Anônima do Futebol, whether national or foreign. The restriction provided in item 4 also applies to indirect participations or those carried out through intermediaries, natural or legal persons, as well as those structured through legal entities, business corporations, holdings, investment funds, consortia, or SAFs, controlled or not, or any other forms by which or associated, either alone or together with related parties, exercises directly or indirectly the power of control and participation in the share capital. Significant influence, veto power, ability to direct management or investment decisions, or expectation of economic benefit. Even if not formally listed as a partner, shareholder, or administrator, that is, anyone working in any capacity at another club, this applies, for example, to the former president who managed Fulanguinho over at Confiança. He couldn't take over while he's involved with any other club, with Sociedade Anônima do Futebol, etc. He couldn't assume any power at Flamengo. He couldn't make decisions with authority at Flamengo, so that's what I understood. This applies to any owner, advisor, or executive who might have any role in another club. They can't exercise power at Flamengo. For item 4, this is equivalent to the conditions of the investor, manager, or associate, whether directly or through a company they control, partner with, or hold shares in. Provides financial contributions, mutual loans, advances, guarantees, or any type of financing or economic support in favor of another sports club or football corporation, even if on an occasional, free, or informal basis. This stops what Leila, the president of Palmeiras, did at the club. For example, if at Palmeiras they vote on a situation like this, here Leila wouldn't be able to be president. She wouldn't be able to make an investment in Vasco through a company she's a partner in, Crefisa. She couldn't have the son of the owner of Crefisa or have any connection with someone who made an investment, a loan, etc. To Vasco, she wouldn't be able to be president. Okay? If they voted for this at Palmeiras, Leila wouldn't be able to be there either. So Flamengo is fully prepared so that a club president or someone who has a role in the club and owns a company can't also put money into or participate in another Sociedade Anônima do Futebol or another club. Okay, that's very clear to me. People here are commenting, everyone is applauding. That's absolutely right. It's more than right. It's really good, man. Total acceptance. Flamengo becoming a Sociedade Anônima do Futebol is great. It protects against moves like those Leila makes, right? Even in those moves there, it's not a Sociedade Anônima do Futebol over there. But what she did now with the investment in Vasco, not necessarily her directly, but you get what I mean. So Flamengo is making sure that this never happens here. Oh, there's a friendly club. Let's put it that way. No, that's not the case, okay? There was a comment here. Congratulations. Now, BAP will lead Flamengo, and Flamengo will have no opposition by choice from those who might want to join another Sociedade Anônima do Futebol. There's nothing that can be done about that, right? Just a reminder, everyone. This is going to be voted on today, okay? It's likely it will pass and be approved, right? There's a good chance, very possible, okay? Yeah, so man, those who want to keep exercising power at Flamengo, they can't stay connected to other clubs. That's being voted on tonight. Please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video. Thanks for your company. Red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. So what's up?